Good evening. It's the building committee meeting at 6:02. Call to order. Second presentation by Jim, enclosures by ADP Limco. Limco. You doing a presentation? Okay, go ahead.
Could you open that PowerPoint presentation? Hello, everybody. My name is Mark McCormack. I'm the owner of ADP Lemco. One sec. Those are the pictures. Let me get this going. Okay. Our project, if you're familiar with it, is the enclosures of the pavilion and the garage doors that we're putting in there to kind of let the kids in and out. So I'm Mark McCormack. Tony and Ruben are also on the team kind of working on this project, architects in the construction company. I've been asked to kind of provide you guys with the timeline of where we started off. And so the project was awarded to us in February. We received the purchase order March 20th. At the same time, Linez Architects received a copy of the architectural engineering plans for all of these 10 pavilions at the different schools. What happened is, at the start, from my understanding, is we needed to go to the city and engineer for the wind. And so that's kind of where, during the summer, we spent a lot of time going back and forth with the city, getting permits and dealing with the engineering for the wind. Back to the timeline, between April 3rd and 12th, there was a couple of meetings between Ruben and the city of San Benito to determine the requirements for the construction. On April 15th, the city of San Benito informed GAR Construction and Ruben that they may need a full set of plans for each pavilion. On April 25th, a meeting happened with Mr. Cleo Longoria from the San Benito City Code Enforcement, where they basically wanted those three items, which are existing floor plans, exterior elevations, and roof plans, proposed floor plans, elevations, and door schedules for each pavilion, and structural engineering plans and windstorm plans for each pavilion. On May 13th is when Linez Architects received a purchase order to begin the design plans. That was outside of ADP's original contract, but we're all kind of working together. June 4th, the architectural SIL plans for the schools and structural SIL plans for Garza, Cash Downs, and Sullivan schools were submitted to the city. On June 6th, the city of San Benito requested site plans for each school. June 7th, Windstorm WP1 forms were delivered to the city of San Benito for Garza, Cash Downs, and Sullivan schools. June 7th, San Benito CISD sent all existing site plans to the city as requested. Again, on June 12th, the city of San Benito didn't issue the permits. They kept on requesting site plans. So June 18th, structural SIL plans for the remaining schools, Rangerville, La Paloma, La Encanta, Fred Booth, and Fred Roberts schools were submitted to the city of San Benito. On the 19th of June, the city of San Benito accepts the existing site plans that were submitted. July 3rd, the structural SIL plans and Windstorm WP1 for Oscar de la Fuente Elementary School Pavilion were submitted to the city of San Benito. July 5th, ADP Lemco received the 25% down payment and started ordering materials. On the 17th, we started preliminary work at Garza. And then June 20th is when we first started receiving material from Mueller, which is one of our suppliers. July 22nd, Mueller delivered the material to Garza and La Encantada Elementary School. July 25th, we dropped material off at Rangerville and Paloma. And then on the 30th of July, the building permits were issued, and then on August 2nd last week, all the secondary structure members and panels have been installed at Garza, La Encantada, and Rangerville. And then this week, the installation began at La Paloma. We actually did not start at La Fuente, we actually started at Sullivan. So that's where we are currently up to this moment. I know that's a lot of information I just spat out to you guys. Is there any questions so far?
Do you have the permits for the other schools already too?
Yeah, I believe we have everything, right?
We have all 7 schools for the city. Right now, we're waiting for some deeds. They want the county wants deeds for the ones out in the county, for county.
Okay.
We're waiting for the deeds for them to provide us. We got them today.
Okay.
That's not stopping us constructing, though.
We're getting them 2 schools from the county.
Okay, I got a quick comment on this whole process here, sir. So I think one of
Yeah.
the major issues was it was a high priority for us to make sure that these, these buildings, the outdoor gymnasiums got covered. You know, it's something that our staff wanted, our principals, for kid safety and also for inclement weather. The last time it was brought up by Mr. Garcia, it was just, the timeline just didn't make any sense. I just, just to put a garage door and some metal paneling around it. I'm not a construction guy, but it didn't seem right. So, moving forward, if you guys are having some issues, it would be nice if you guys would bring it up to Mr. Garcia or bring it up to the superintendent, just to let us know, because this was a high priority item. We're gonna start school next week, and nothing's gonna be ready for the most part. So it's, to me, it was a failure, okay? So I'm not gonna sit here and point fingers, but the thing is, the lack of communication is very disappointing to me. So now we need to explain to our staff, our principals, our parents, and for us, their constituents, why these buildings are not set the way we had said they were gonna set from the beginning, which was, several months ago. So, that's one of the main reasons why we asked you to come and explain, so, so everybody's on the same page. So, I thank you very much for this elaborate explanation, but still, it doesn't justify or to me anyway, or our kids or our staff, for them not having their structures set to go before school starts. All right, sir, thank you, appreciate it.
Welcome.
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay, thank you. But communication is essential, okay?
Understood.
I appreciate it.
Mr. Rhodes, do you mind if I ask one quick question?
Go ahead.
Regarding this type of construction and the timeline to get to where we are, for us, it seems atypical. It seems like it took longer from your experience and working with the subs you're working with. Is this typical in this type of construction, or was there something that delayed it that you could point to?
Quite frankly, being in construction for my entire life, basically, I kind of grew up in the business, but, for the last 20 years. Yes and no. Yes, dealing with cities, and their requirements and holding stuff back, yeah. That can, you're not in control, right? So you have to be beholden to what they want and when they do things. For example, them wanting site plans is kind of ridiculous. The reason why is because we didn't change anything to the site. And so, now when it comes down to, Mr. Lopez, with your comment in regards to how long this took and it not being ready before school, could we have pushed some things along? Potentially. But I can't answer definitively exactly what happened with that. I kind of know, what we're doing. I know that we've been prepping for it. We've been prepping with the materials, and they were, our suppliers, the design and the actual products that we needed have been, we've been working on that since we got the contract, essentially. And so, to me, it seemed like we were waiting to get these permits and then kind of roll. And we actually even started before we even got the building permits. But, and like, I think we're running 2 or 3 crews right now to get it done as fast as we possibly can.
By any chance, do you have any pictures of the ones you're done already?
I do, yeah. Yeah, if I can, might pull up one of those PDFs. No, it's not completely done, to answer you correctly. What we've been doing is enclosing the buildings in, and the large overhead roll doors are actually starting to be delivered on the 23rd of August.
Okay.
But by that time, we'll be completely done with all the enclosures, all the framing, all the structural parts. We just need to go and basically take those things in there and install them, and we're done. And so, I'm not sure if this thing will move this up and down.
While you're finding the pending construction, are there already plans with principals to have it done during the weekends or during non-instructional time for coaches?
That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that is nice.
Thank you.
Okay, look, yeah.
It'll look even better when the doors are on it.
Okay.
So, I have two more PDFs. They're essentially the exact same thing, it's the exact same building, almost every school. If you'd like to see those. I'm just gonna leave all this on that computer back there, or if anyone wants me to email it to them, I'm more than willing. In front of you is the construction schedule. We updated it a little bit. We were hoping to be done right before the end of August, but as the doors are being delivered on the 23rd from Royal Metal, which is actually across the street from the school district building, it looks like we're gonna be pushing just the first week of September, but like I said, we'll just be doing doors. So it's gonna be one of those things where we go grab the doors, go to the job site, put them in, when we walk away, we're done. So, probably 10 to 12 hours a pavilion, something like that in construction, so.
And for the actual construction, Mr. Alvarado is in charge. I mean, he's subbing out under your company, is that right?
Correct.
Is that how that works? Okay. I don't know if you guys want to hear from Mr. Alvarado. I think he's also working on our baseball and softball fields. If you might want to find out where those are while he's sitting here.
Sure.
Is that, I mean, it's part of,
Thank you.
Anything else from me?
No, you're good.
No,
sir.
yeah, thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you, guys, it was nice to meet you all.
Yes, sir, thank you, appreciate it.
On the, how are you doing this evening? On the softball and baseball, all your nets are up already, completely 100%. Tomorrow, they'll be installing the last stair, which we poured the concrete last week when we did the footings for the other nets. But your nets are all already installed. The only thing is just doing those stairs. By tomorrow, I talked to Mr. Garcia's office today, I will be turning that job 100% completed to you guys. All the baseball nets complete 100%. I think right now, the only thing that I have to do there is just do a walkthrough tomorrow once I'm done, and just give Mr. Garcia do a walkthrough with me, probably on Thursday, and give you the 100%.
All right, thank you, sir, appreciate it.
Okay, number 3, summer project updates, A, maintenance and facility projects.
No worries. I'm not gonna use the clicker. Members of the board, Dr. Carmen,
fancy
update on the August projects. We got the practice gyms. Practice gym at the high school. It's never looked better than it looks now. It took them a while, but you can see by all the glare on the lights that it is really clean.
There you go.
Parking lots at the high school. Teacher parking lot at the high school. It's lacking all the striping, that everything has been done. Teacher parking lot is completed. Parking blocks, everything has been installed. The next one, you'll see that the bus turnaround has been, it's there. You can see it's very clear to see it. It's white. That one is completely done. We kind of moved the parking at an angle this time. So we lost some spaces, but we're gonna gain 80 with the new parking lot. But it looks really, really nice. Red booth, cafeteria. New flooring, Red booth cafeteria. Sullivan Environmental Science Academy. Maybe I should have used the clicker. You have the fencing, new fencing, the chicken coops. I don't know how that duck got in there, but he's invaded the area. There's a duck with a crooked neck in there. I think they just have him. Sullivan Elementary Science Academy, the flooring in the halls is brand new. Looks great. The walls are a little bright. Sir?
I think you're ahead of the PowerPoint. We just saw the duck.
Oh, the duck, oh. A slow computer. Come on, there it is.
Oh, wow.
Okay, the flooring. Those halls will wake you up in the morning, won't they? Ed Downs Fine Arts Academy. Entrance of the canopy. Canopy's been completed, sidewalks are clean. Wrought iron fencing's painted, everything is complete. Next slide, you'll see it from a further distance. There you go. Or not. There we go. New wrought iron. Got rid of that really heavy steel fencing that we had there. Ed Downs Fine Arts Academy, the front doors, door fronts that we had installed there near the office. It took a while to get that aluminum doors, but they look nice. Next, Dr. Garza, Steams Academy, the gym enclosure. I also have a picture of the gym enclosure at a different angle. There we go. We've had to do a little customizing on the breaker boxes. We're moving all the electrical to the inside, some of the breaker boxes on the outside. Yes, sir.
Sir, I have a quick question. So now that they're all gonna be, and I'm more sure, our staff has probably already posed this question, but just so everybody can be on the same page. As far as the building being, now it's gonna be encapsulated now. So when it's hot, are you gonna have fans in there? Are we gonna get some fans to?
Well, we had got some inquiries on those big fans,
Yeah,
but I was afraid kids would hit them with basketballs and stuff, so
yeah,
I was telling Mr. Rendon it would probably be best to get those fans and put them in the corners that they're
Right.
caged in and just blow from all four corners in.
but I think it's
that'd be
something,
the best
I
thing
think
to
it's
do.
something to think of. I mean, it's gonna restrict some type of, yeah. I'm just throwing that out there, I'm not.
No,
Yeah.
and the day that there's no wind, it's gonna be really hot in there, but of course,
got-
we've got plenty of bays.
We got Mr. HVAC right there, so.
Okay, La Encantada Elementary. You also have the gym enclosure there that's at 90% completion. It's missing some trim in the corners, as you can see there, so it still needs some finishing touches besides the doors. Dr. Cash Elementary. The library has new flooring. What happened? Oh, that's the Rangerville, okay, that's the Rangerville gym. That one had been recently painted, that's why it looks better than the others. It looks nice. Okay, Dr. Cash Elementary, the library floor. There we go. Sports complex. We replaced all the shower heads in that complex. They had to be custom made. School's 40 years old, but we had it done, and my plumbers installed them. They look great. La Paloma Elementary, the marquee, one of the marquees that wasn't presented last time. La Paloma marquee looks good. It was put towards the back over there where the drop-off is, where the kids are dropped off. Frank Roberts also had a marquee that wasn't presented last time, and that's installed. Okay. Rangerville enclosure again. And now this is summer projects. You can see that the page there includes Gulf Coast signs. They've completed already. The Parson Roofing, they're at Veterans Memorial Academy right now. They still need to do the Rangerville Elementary, La Paloma, La Encantada, and this building here, administration. And after that, they'd be completed. Also, somewhere at the bottom of the list, there's Parson Roofing. They still need Sunny Brazil. So after that, they will have completed their job here. ADP Lemco, well, as Mr. Tony Alvarado said, probably in a couple days they'll be completely through. Golf Moving Systems is complete. Noble has completed their work at the high school. Arispe flooring is complete, and R&R paving is still working on the new parking lot, and by the end of this week, they'll probably have the sports complex area completely done. As a matter of fact, they started putting the hot mix today. They're waiting for some oil to finish up, but that's going well. The following page, you can see that all those projects been completed, and they were reported on last
Mr. Garcia,
Yes.
one of the bigger projects multiple were at the high school, other than the parking lots. I think it was the C wing and then
C-wing and
the
D-
counselors
area
and the
and
office
the-
area. What's the update on those? D wing,
they're complete.
they're complete.
On Noble side and at East Bay flooring side, they're complete.
Okay.
Maintenance have already put in all the new desks and all the new closets,
Oh, perfect.
and all they need to do is, as a matter of fact, they've already mopped it and put a finish on that new floor, and most of them have all the desks inside, and every classroom has their desks, their new desks, and their closets, and now it's just the custodians are putting in here and there, taking things out, and then, just cleaning up.
Okay.
They're ready for school.
Thank you.
An update on some of the painting that we've done throughout the summer. We've done painting at Rangerville, we've done painting at Sullivan, Berta Cavazza, La Encantada, Miller, La Paloma, Ed Downs, Frank Roberts, San Benito High School, plus 18 classroom, and the stadium. We've done painting in all those areas. Also, an update on the rubber mulch that's coming in for 4 campuses, Leal, Oscar La Fuente, La Encantada, and Downs. Flush valves was something that was budgeted, and what we're doing is a preventive maintenance thing, and I think my plumbers have completed all of La Encantada. All the flush valves in the whole campus have been replaced, and that takes away, makes everything else last, and it breaks down on overtime and anything breaking down. So all those flush valves, and we got enough for the whole district, so little by little, we'll do the whole district. VMA, new flooring library is scheduled for this weekend, 9, 10, 11, 12, which is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. By then, they'll have the whole library at VMA completed. The Ricky at the high school, I got the PO today. It was given to the guys, key and lock over there in Harlingen. They should start probably, they could start in the evenings, and they wouldn't interfere with anything. And I'm still taking in bids for the sealer on the parking lots for 3 different campuses. High school parking lot, teacher parking lot is complete, the bus loop is complete, the band parking lot is complete, sports complex about 80%, and the extra parking lot is probably at 60%. Okay, now, last but not least, the update on the water filtration system that Mr. Lopez is very inquisitive about. I've gotten a hard bid of $47,990 for all 5 elementary schools. 3 of them are pretty easy to install. This price is there, including the inside. This company will set it up inside the mechanical rooms, and we'll do all the work on the outside and hook up. So, other than that, that's all I have. I'm happy to say on that slide right there, you can still see that the first filtration system that we installed about 2.5 months ago is still working great. You can see the filters are still clean. Really good.
Mr. Garcia,
Yes, sir.
so if this PO gets approved and we get all our supplies in, what's your timeline as far as it being operational?
Well, like I said, the first 3 are pretty easy to install. It's gonna take about 3 weeks to get the equipment in, but I would say we could probably do 1 a week, except for maybe Rangerville. At Rangerville, we're gonna have to build sort of like a small building, like a 7x7 to put it in, because we're gonna have to loop some lines together, and there's not a mechanical room where we can hook up this filtration system to.
So I'm assuming a lot of this work's gonna be done like after hours and during the weekend?
No.
Okay.
Once we have everything ready, we can turn off and hook up real quick.
Okay.
It doesn't take much time.
Great, sir, thank you.
And I also just want to say special thank you, because a lot of these projects were done by your own men, right?
Yes, sir.
And so special thanks to them and your staff and whatnot, because I know that saves us a lot of money rather than contracting, so thank you.
Yes, sir.
HVAC, Mr. Cole.
Good afternoon, everybody. And we can air condition them if you want. The project that Dr. Carmen brought to light with Miller Jordan, I've been here for a long time in the district, and the Miller Jordan pump room noise has been one of the main things. Ms. Garcia can attest to that. She lived there for a long time. So go ahead and run the first slide. This is actually out of her classroom. The noise level in there, just with the door open or closed, really doesn't make a difference. It runs the whole length of the hallway. You can fast forward a little. Now this is what it sounds like now. Completely quiet. Everything's been moved outside. All the pumps. This is where we moved everything to on the outside of the building now. It's been brought up. It does not look very nice out there. It still is not completely insulated yet. They should be done completely insulating it by Friday. But you've got 5 new pumps outside, frequency drives inside, so we're protected. The weather won't bother us. Everything's weather rated outside. We're already in the process of looking for a new wall, obviously, just to see if we can hide some of this equipment, but it will look better with the insulation attached to it. System's up and running. We got it done in about a month, so it's good to go.
Mr. Cole, real quick, if you could. Sorry, sir. Real quick, if you can touch upon, I know a lot of people are excited about those little aircon units going on in at the stadium for the restrooms. I know that was a big.
Home side stadiums or home side bathrooms, all of them should be air conditioned by the end of the week. We've already got the units mounted up on there. They're not the prettiest in the world, but I'm going to get with Mr. Garcia, seeing about painting them, because they will accept paint to kind of blend them in with the building. But they're installed, they're operating. We're trying to figure out, we're waiting for some air curtains that are going to actually be at the front doors, because usually those doors are left open during the games for people to come in and out. So that way we won't have to have it where you have to keep opening and closing the doors. The air curtain should keep what we have inside. And the best temperature we're getting right now is between 75 and 78, which is optimal when it's 100 degrees outside. Right. So it should be nice, Awesome. And we'll be able to control them, stop them, and start them, so they won't be running continuously all the time. They'll be, just in use for the games or for any activities we have at the stadium.
Okay, great. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Just to be clear, Mr. Cole, for when Harlingen comes to visit, what are we doing for their restrooms?
Off.
Thank
y'all.
you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
C, child nutrition. Okay, TV también.
Good evening, board members and Dr. Carmen. I just want to give you an update on the outdoor seating at our high school, and also on our serving lines that we're installing at 3 different elementary schools. And I've included a little background information from the high school to include how many students are participating in our lunch program at high school, because that becomes very relevant to the seating. We do have 2 lunch periods. We're serving approximately, 1,700 students at high school. So within each group, we need to have seating for approximately 860 students. So currently, pardon me, our capacity in our dining area is 497, is our current seating capacity inside the dining area. So in our courtyard areas, we now have, with the new seating, yes, please. In the outdoor courtyard areas, we have a seating capacity of 728 seats. with our new seating, plus some additional tables that we had there. So under awning seating, which is going to provide shade and protection outdoors, right now, we have 464 seats. So with the 497 in the dining area, in the protected 464, so we're providing protective seating, adequate seating for over 800 students. So I have a picture here of the new seating in the courtyard area next to the band hall. The seating capacity there is 288. And then the new seating next to the practice gym, we have a seating capacity of 136. And that also is a protected and shaded area, which students are very inclined to want to sit outside unless it's just terribly cold and wet and rainy. Our new tables in the courtyard between the choir hall and G-Wing, we have a seating capacity of 152, and we're going to be adding some more tables there because we have room for about 8 more tables in that area. And the shades, Dr. Carmen, I know we've talked about providing a shaded area in that courtyard with between the choir hall and G-Wing. So these are the shades that are being proposed. And we're going to probably get, Mr. Cavazos has got the price quote on that. We'll be presenting that to you.
Are those the same shades that were listed in Mr. Garcia's list? I saw shades and pending from Mr. Cavazos. Is he still here? Okay, so those are the same ones. Okay.
Okay. And then I know we have some hallway seating right now, which is kind of a hodgepodge of leftover seating, so we do want to make that look a little more appealing and attractive. So we have gotten a plan for some booths that would fit nicely between, right in front of G-Wing and whatever's across the hall from there. And that would add about an additional 100 seats, or maybe replace the 100 seats that may be provided by random seating that we have there right now. So that basically is covering, so the new tables are installed, everything's ready to go at the high school. Okay, at La Paloma Elementary, I have a before and an after of the serving line there. We're still installing, but the line is in. We still have some electrical work to do to get it up and running, but it will be operational before school starts. So this was quite an upgrade, as you can see. And this picture really doesn't do justice to the line because the front of it has a very nice acrylic material called 3-form, and it's going to have LED lighting behind it, so it's going to be very attractive. And then also at Rangerville, we have the before and after, and the installation will be complete before the start of school. And I did not include the line cantata picture because it was not quite appealing enough to show to you, but it will be ready. So are there any questions or?
No, ma'am, Ms. Lambert, Ms. Landrum, I just wanted to, I know a lot of the times, your staff don't get enough credit. And I know sometimes, some of the times, you know, you probably don't get enough credit for all the hard work and dedication you and your staffs do to keep our kids healthy and fed, you know, throughout the year, and making sure that each school has efficient lines and so on and so forth. But I wanted to say, on behalf of myself, that, you know, when we have functions here, you guys go above and beyond to provide a great service to all of us. So it's greatly appreciated and very well noted. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you
Appreciate
very
it.
much. I
Thank you,
appreciate it.
yes, ma'am,
Thank you.
thank you very much.
Okay, number 4 is review and discussion of recycle rubber mulch for 5 elementary schools. That's, I think Mr. Garcia mentioned it a little bit.
Probably be done talking by the time we got up here. This is just the mulch to replace the, what the pebbles that we have under the swing
Yeah,
sets. and-
some of the playgrounds have either pea gravel or they'll have that wooden mulch that we use on our flower beds and stuff. neither one of those lasts very long. Pebbles, they just grab and throw. The rubber mulch is probably the best we can get. So little by little, we'll be getting enough for all the campuses. So some already have. These are, we're ordering enough for four campuses. Okay? Any questions?
Thank you. Number 5, committee concerns. Sonia?
That was an agenda
Committee
item.
concerns?
Agenda item, sir, on that
Agen-
last one?
Okay, number 4, it's agenda item. Okay. Okay. Any questions on committee concerns? No? Meeting adjourned at 6:38.